everyone, it's Edess from Union TV, and we are back with another episode of Around the U. And today, sitting in my hot seat is Superintendent Dr. Jerry Benaquista. Jerry, Dr. Benaquista, whatever you'd like me to call you. How are you doing today?
Very good. How you doing?
I'm doing okay. So I'm back. We're here. We've endured a lot since the last time we've spoke, and so many activities and events happened, like plays and everything. So one thing I remember that we spoke about, or one of your initiatives, were your safety and literacy initiative. And I actually wanted to bring this up to you because I've been reading and watching a lot how there is a literacy problem in America right now, usually between elementary ages, I would say, maybe like 3 to 5th. So remembering that you spoke on literacy being one of your initiatives, tell me what's going on. Like, what are we thinking? How are we fixing this?
Well, we definitely have seen it within our own community, our school community. Right now, we're identifying, our students that are not meeting proficiency. And in my mind, proficiency is still only where you're supposed to be. It's not excelling. So I do think again, the foundation is in K to 4 in our elementary schools, but we also need a plan in place for our students that are still behind in the upper levels in middle school, and that's where intervention comes in. But as far as literacy, something we've identified, since COVID, we knew there was going to be an impact. But our impact actually from the year one of after COVID to the second year, we saw even more of a regression where kids are, I think it was around 50% are not proficient.
That's a huge number.
It is. Yeah. And so our district is really working hard to make sure that not just resources, but practices and we're working together to change what hasn't been successful in the past. We recently just purchased for next year a new ELA program. Okay. That's research-based, that shows that it's embedded in the science of reading. Okay. Also part of it is a literacy component, where the teachers will have access to something daily that they could do to impact where the children are deficient on the literacy side. So, but again, the program itself isn't going to do it. It's the teachers and working with them on utilizing the time that they have with the children to best impact, especially once we have data of where the students are deficient in. And at times some might need help in one area, but then are excelling in another. And it's really about getting that data that really could tell you where every child's at to then be able to utilize the resources we have to impact the child. And once we set the foundation straight and we get kids not falling behind anymore at the K to 4 level, you'll start seeing a huge difference as these kids progress moving on. Because right now, what we're doing is the kids are, again, just going from year to year, not really impacting those deficiencies of where they're at. And I think then it just grows. If we could stop it, give them what they need, and not have them behind and have them at grade level or above, you're going to start seeing a huge difference in our district.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's important to reevaluate where our students are, like you said. And I recently spoke with Isabella Skakoza, and she told me how we have these tutoring programs partnering up with Huntington. So I think that's a great opportunity for our students here, because if you can't read, then what are we doing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a major crisis that we're having. So I'm glad to hear that we're doing something for these students.
Yeah, we're trying. As a superintendent, I can't not deal with issues we have. Sometimes it's tough. Sometimes it's changing the way we've done things, and that could be uncomfortable for people. Exactly. But at the same time, we got to identify what our students need and make sure we're providing what's needed for all our students to grow. I really do believe that our students could be one of the top schools against anyone in the state. But it's going to come from identifying where they are and what help we could give them, what intervention, and then providing it. So doing nothing isn't gonna fix the issue. We got to get in there and make sure that we're looking at everything to then positively impact the students academically.
Agreed. Couldn't agree more. So let's fast forward to hopefully when these students excel, they're getting to graduation. We have graduation coming up. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yes, June 18th. It's always a wonderful. We always pray for good weather.
Fingers crossed.
You know, it's always an exciting time for not just our students. A lot of times our students, some don't really want to attend, I hear over the years. But in the end, it's also for the families. It's such a huge accomplishment. And with our community, we have people coming in from all over the place. Our stadium's full. And it's just to really recognize the accomplishments of our students. And it really is such an awesome event that I'm looking forward to. I've during the year worked with a group of students at the high school, and they have put out positive news throughout our district. And we're going to be doing one more closeout edition of that. And it was an exciting time for me because it was the first time. My thing is I could put out newsletters myself. I wanted to be this voice of the students. So they came up with the Student Farmer Frontline, What's Up with TUPS, and they've done now three. It's going to be their fourth edition this year. And closing out, recognizing also the seniors leaving us, as well as a lot of the things that are going on in our district. It's something another initiative I look forward to continuing with, because again, it's empowering our students' voice. And if we don't listen to our students, we're not going to, really be doing the right things, I think, because they're the ones that, and it's funny, you just met with Isabella about summer programs. From this Student Farmer Frontline, they asked if they could do summer programs with the kids. And
that's great.
I don't know if she touched on it, but she has several summer programs led by our students. So it also shows that how much they want to give back as well. And, then our younger students look up to our older students, and it becomes a cycle that when they get there, they want to do the same thing. So that's one of the new things, too, that's coming this summer, which I'm really excited to see how successful that is. So there's just, it's a lot of times, I think people are looking to get to the summer break, but don't forget all the good things. Tonight we have our senior awards, so that's another
I was
thing
going to
at the high
ask,
school.
what about end of year activities?
So that's a big one at the high school where we get our senior awards. All the grade level promotion ceremonies will be coming up as well throughout our district. We have some, I think, concerts and stuff still finishing up. So there's a lot going on. We always try to also get our community to come in and see what our kids are doing and how wonderful everything is. Unfortunately, sometimes you hear opposite, but there are so many tremendous things going on in our district, and that's why something like graduation is such a highlight, because it really does show how much the kids worked for what accomplishment, and then really to start in the next chapter of their life, which I just met with one of our graduates from about 6 years ago. She was in town and wanted to share with me how she's doing and she's going to graduate school now coming up.
That's amazing.
And I ran into her not too long ago, and I like to invite the kids back to hear how they're doing, and also if they're interested, coming back and giving to our kids that are in front, that are here today, to just share where they're at in their life. We have students do amazing things, and if we don't keep in touch and hear from them, we'll never know. So I just came from that, and it was very exciting to see how well she's doing, and her as a young adult.
I love that you mentioned that. So I'm going to ask, I don't know if you're allowed to tell, but your keynote speakers, as you mentioned in the past, it has been remarkable people. I know you had a 2-time author, I believe last year or the year before, that was one of your keynote speakers, Nisha Charles, who's a Grammy award winning from Union. So can we ask who the keynote speaker is this year, or is it still a surprise?
Well, the keynote speaker, Miss Bossert, as the high school principal, does usually pick someone. I actually am picking another person to give a message to our community, because I feel, a lot of people don't realize what it takes to be successful as a school district. It's being collaborative. It's building a sense of community. And I've highlighted it before in public about the relationship now as leadership of the school district and the leadership of the town, as well as beyond the town. So I did reach out to Senator Joe Cryan and ask him to also share some words with our community. I don't think he, in my time here, has ever addressed during a graduation ceremony our community. And I just feel, again, having people support our district that can make an impact, I think it needs to go where it's not unrecognized and recognized. And that's, again, the town and myself and the mayor speak frequently, and they're supporting me beyond, again, what I've ever seen anyone being supported up here, and just working together on just the grounds and how our buildings look and utilizing resources. The DPW has supported our maintenance department now several times since I was here as superintendent, and it's just going to grow. We went around to look at projects not too long ago because it's all one community, and so just I'm really excited about that too. But as far as who Ms. Bossert, I don't even have an answer yet.
Okay, so surprise to the both of us.
Surprise, yes.
Well, that's great, and I think it's a great choice that you picked Senator Joe Cryan. He speaks very well, and I think that's a message the students need or will love to hear. So
absolutely.
Good pick on your part, and thank you so much.
And the student I just saw is actually going back for public policy.
Are they?
In college at Maryland, University of Maryland. Oh. So it's funny, like, the students don't realize learning and where they might end up. Like, she never thought she would end up there, but she wants to make a change, and public policy could do it.
Exactly.
And it's tied into local government. So, it's funny how things just connect.
It's a 360. Well, this has been amazing. Thank you so much for sitting down. I look forward to seeing you at our next Around the U, where you give me some updates, and hopefully we are continuously moving with the initiatives you're putting forward.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. And everyone at home, thank you so much for watching. This has been another amazing episode of Around the U, and I'll catch you guys next time.